Yo, this is a scene for Sept the Howling Wind, a World of the Apocalypse venue set in San Diego. So, uh, heh, heh, Darcy has just got out of intensive lupus training with an elder red talon by the name of Ferran Christensen. And he, best way to put it, uh, is probably dazed and confused and wondering exactly what happened and not totally sure. So Ferran basically left him someplace safe at the edge of the bond, saying that he had to get back to his mate. Fun times, lick lick, bye bye.
Darcy kind of sits there for a second, just like, what did this was okay.
And as he's sitting there, he notices a man is leaning against one of the trees nearby and basically looks over at Darcy pretty much exactly like in the overlay. A moment. Darcy just very suddenly feels as though he has come into the vision of something much bigger than him.
So he's still a lupus, and he makes like a very soft whimpering sound.
Anton will half smile, and he has his sunglasses on, even though it is night. And he'll actually crouch
I wear
down.
my sunglasses at night, so
I was
I
thinking
can,
that
so
too, my
I
lord.
can.
So he'll crouch down, and he'll actually extend a hand and kind of rub his fingers together and go, "Come here, come here, boy."
He'll go over very slowly, and then like rest
Once
his
he
like do what out of character?
You broke up, so I couldn't hear you were still talking. What'd you say?
Oh yeah, he goes over to him so slowly, and then he rests his muzzle into his hand.
He'll actually give him the good scratches with both hands.
Darcy, Darcy doesn't actually stay in lupus all that much, so like he dies. Like, oh my
He'll
god, it
chuckle
feels great.
deeply. Yeah, he chuckles deeply and basically just kind of pulls him a little bit closer. Oh, look
He
at
licks
you.
his hand and he like smiles like that a
He
wolfy
chuckles.
smile.
He'll kind of look him over. He fucking bleeds Shadow Lord Purebreed. Like, it's so strong.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just something very masculine and paternal and powerful about him.
So,
Shango, the spirit heritage he has at 5, Shango. Shango is a Loa of the Vodun. And what he represents is strength and fertility and lightning. So, yeah.
actually, that's very comforting for Darcy because he's been having a lot of issues with his good old dad, and so
So
like
he'll sit down cross-legged and he'll just start petting him and things like that.
yeah, he'll lay in his lap and just kind of like rest his head down.
Oh, look at you.
He lets out a soft huff.
He'll rest his chin on top of his head and kind of pet him.
Veronica walks up. She's like, Darcy. Just kidding.
Girl, what? No, but but he will he actually just he honestly just showers him with some fatherly love. He can tell that Darcy kind of needs it.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll actually just kind of pet him and stroke him and all that. One thing that, because it's a black and white picture, it doesn't convey, his hair is almost unnaturally blood red. And his skin is like a very light cafe au lait color. Like, he looks Krail. He looks like a mixed person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just kind of like rests there, and he'll say then he'll like say in Garou tongue because he figures he's Garou because he smells like Shadow Lord.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, "Thank you,
Thank you." Of course. And who might you be?
I'm Darcy Savadra."
Ah, Brightheart.
He does a slow nod.
I'm Anton Ledois.
Oh, Anton.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, this is a situation I'm in. In his head.
I came to check on some of my investments in the area.
Is everything all right?
Right as rain.
He smiles.
He'll kind of play with his paws while Darcy's on his back.
He's laying on his back. His paws are like gently brushing his hands.
And what is a pup like you doing out tonight?
Lupus training. They just got back.
Lupus training. Oh. And who were you doing lupus training with?
Ferran.
Probably one of the best to learn to be a lupus from.
He nods. It was very unique. I don't. We didn't really do much talking, as more feeling.
Of course. Such is the way of the wolf. I one time spent a year in my lupus form. Didn't leave it. It's what I had to do to become Athro.
He nods. I had a vision. It was in Wolfholm.
You had a vision?
He nods. I was trapped in lupus. I couldn't change. Learned later that, of course, it was Wolfholm, so I wouldn't be able to.
Such is the nature of the realm.
There was a silver light in the distance, basically calling me. Not actually calling me, but beckoning me. You know what I mean?
I understand you.
It was interpreted that it was probably a clave that I've been looking for. The last White Howler clave ever known. I don't know for sure if that's what it is. I just know something's calling me.
He'll nod. His thumb will kind of like touch one of his nails.
Mm-hmm.
And he cleans a little bit of dirt off of it.
He smiles, looking up at him.
He can see a little bit behind his glasses, and he notices his eyes are like lightning white. Like they look like almost the glow of lightning without the light of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He smiles softly, and then he says, I guess the reason why I feel so comfortable with you is One of the few spirits I actually got really close to was Grandfather Thunder.
I remind you of Grandfather Thunder?
He nods.
Well, thank you. I have spent most of my life trying to bring myself closer to his vision, so your words flatter me deeply.
It's weird, but it feels safe.
Well, I like to imbue people with a sense of safety.
It's not how a lot of people would like to assume Shadow Lords are, but I think everybody.
Young Shadow Lords. His fingertip is like tracing the pad to Darcy's paw. He seems to be a very observant person.
Darcy's just relaxing. Letting out very soft huffs.
Do you know my man in the sept?
Your man? No.
I have somebody, an agent in the sept. This isn't a secret, it's open. His name is Luciano Donati.
I met him when he first arrived.
He'll nod. You should get to know him a little better.
Yeah? Okay.
He'll nod.
Sorry I'm so quiet. I've been doing a lot of thinking recently. Guess the
What you been thinking
silence.
about?
I'm thinking what it means to be strong. It's not that I'm not saying that I'm not strong. It's just understanding. You know what I mean?
He'll nod. I do.
I learned a while ago that I am strong and I need to believe how people believe in me.
Such strength, though, can often. It's a burden.
He does a slow nod. I know many people tell me that just be myself and be relaxed, but there is a lot of weight, a lot of pressure on the things, every decision that I make.
You might also be one of those people that thrives in adversity.
He nods.
That's
Maybe.
how some people are, especially if you're. I see a peak of white howler blood in you.
He
If
does a
you got
slow
white
nod.
howler blood, that would make sense.
He nods. My father was a black spiral dancer.
Ah, see.
The highest pure breed, actually. He looks down.
He'll put his finger under his chin and lift it.
He looks up.
Why are you looking down?
I I feel like everybody sees where I came from as something to be ashamed about, and I don't. I don't see it. I don't see that that's something that I need to be ashamed about.
And that's all that really matters, isn't it?
He's looking up at him.
He's stroking the side of his cheek. And like his ear.
Mm-hmm.
I came also to advise Emil on a few things. He needed some direction on how to handle something.
A secret? He grins.
Bounces his eyebrows. He'll actually slide his sunglasses off and put them in his pocket. His shirt pocket.
Yep. Now he's looking deep into his eyes because, god dang.
Because they look like lightning. And no smile. Hello.
Hi.
He'll push his nose to his.
He breathes really softly.
He kisses the tip of his nose.
He gulps.
And he sits back.
He shakes his head a little bit. He shifts to Hamid.
Smiles to him. What's wrong?
I don't know. He closes his eyes. Slowly opens them.
Still there. And now you're sitting on his lap, so it's even better. His arms are kind of loosely around his waist.
His eyes are like half closed.
One thing that Darcy notices is that he's a really big guy. Like he's not fat or anything like that. Like he's tall. He's about 6'1" or so.
Mm-hmm.
But he's fucking broad. And like works. Like he works every day out in the fields. And like lifts stuff and moves stuff. So like, he's got muscles. but not like a bodybuilder, like actual worked muscles.
Darcy slowly rests his head on his chest. Like, just very slowly.
He'll smile. And he'll put his chin on top of his head and he'll sink his fingers into his hair and start to scratch the back of his head.
He's just breathing softly.
He smells amazing, by the way.
You're not helping this. God dang it. I
You...
He slowly looks back up. He leans in slowly.
He'll meet it.
Do it.
He'll meet it.
And then he softly pecks his lips. Oh my god, what?
He'll back his lips.
Darcy kind of tears up a little bit.
What's wrong?
I'm married. I can't.
Yeah?
I. Uh,
Then why don't you scoot off my lap? And he'll move his arms from around him.
he slowly gets up. Like he's like weak in his knees.
Son's used to it. He'll smile up at him. You gonna take off on me?
I don't want to go.
Let's
He
sit back down.
trembles.
We keep talking.
He nods and sits back down. And he breathes very softly, like, oh god.
You're bargaining though.
I
How you gonna get to Wolfholm?
do what? Out
How
of
you gonna
character,
get
I
to
didn't hear
Wolfholm?
what you said.
He says, how you gonna get to Wolfholm?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the Umber, really. I know basically the different realms that there are, but not really what they consist of. I've always let Benny do all of the weird stuff.
That's fine.
Would you happen to know how to get to Wolfholm?
Of course.
He looks at him. Would you be willing to help me?
He gives him a smirk.
He smiles softly.
He almost has a teasing look in his eye.
What is it? He just smiles really softly.
There is one thing you need to know about Wolfholm. When you enter Wolfholm, there are two sides to it. You're either going to end up on one side or the other. And there are mirrors of each other. One is the pristine wilderness, where humanity has all but died off. Once great cities lie in ruins. Wolves are the masters. To its mirror, it's harsh. It's unforgiving, and wolves become the prey instead of the predators. Hunted. Traps laid for them. Packs hunted from passing helicopters. And cities choking the sky. And when you enter, you don't know which one you're going to go to.
He nods slowly.
There are paths that take you there. Not hard to find. Honestly, right at the questing stone can probably lead you there.
I just learned that right, just recently.
Oh, there you go.
I probably definitely shouldn't be going alone.
That is without a doubt.
Maybe I can talk to my pack, or maybe Veronica would help me. Tell her about the glory that would show upon her.
He smiles.
I'm curious.
Yes.
What inspires you, Anton?
Watching things grow. To dig into the earth. to lay down seed and watch them shoot up from the ground. Harvest. To invest into people. See how life treats them and where it takes them. I like to see people succeed. I like to see success.
That must be why you like Veronica so much. He grins. I've heard. But
Well, she's also my goddaughter, but she doesn't know that.
oh really?
Well, not.
Your secret's safe with me? He puts a finger to his lips.
He smiles. Her father and I are very old friends. He came up a little bit before me. He was actually mated to my sister.
Oh yeah?
But no children came of it. We found out she was infertile. She was mated to my sister for a time and it didn't work out, but they cared for each other. When Veronica was born, I was still close to Antonio. Funny now that I should be with his son. Although me and being with people, he'll kind of air quote, he'll shake his head. I don't really consider myself to belong to anyone except for Shango. I must have fathered 100 children in my lifetime.
He nods.
I acknowledge a handful, especially the ones bred to me by my mate. But then again, my mate is a powerful woman in her own right.
I wouldn't say that I belong to Benny. I'd say that we share each other.
You don't think in a way that denotes belonging?
I suppose, I guess.
You belong to each other. I've mostly kept myself. It suited me well. I love my maid. I respect her. She's a powerful woman. She's a good woman. She's good to me. Though she and I have moved into different paths in our relationship. That woman will stay with me forever. She is my wife, and I will be her husband. But I wouldn't say her and mine's relationship is so much. I'll think on it for a moment. Look at him. Passionate anymore? The passion of young romance.
I Benny and I aren't extremely passionate. He does air quotes. We just enjoy being together.
He'll smile.
Just enjoy our company. We would rather be together than anywhere else.
What inspires you?
nods. I wouldn't be half the person I am today without him.
He smiles. He chooses up a second.
Darcy shivers.
What? He'll bite his lip.
His breath catches.
Yeah. You.
His brows furrow. Like, in his mind, he's like, his inhibitions are like failing, and he's like leaning closer and closer again. He does a small peck.
So he'll lean in and like actually press his lips to his.
Darcy slowly starts to kiss him.
And kiss him back. He'll basically sink a hand into his hair and kiss him deeply.
While this is happening, dang! Oh, fuck. OOC.
You know, his tongue will swirl. His thumb will strike his jaw. One thing that Darcy notices is he is actually a holy shit kisser. He
Yeah.
is a magnificent kiss.
Yeah, Darcy is like crashing into it and just like falls apart.
He'll break it and smile down at him.
He is kind of lost in everything right now.
He'll peck his lips slowly.
Well, Lord.
Now you have a choice to make, Mr. Savadro. Three of them, actually. One, you enjoy what we just shared. Satisfy yourself with that, and leave it at that. Two, you go back to your husband in a string of tears, crying regretfully about how you kissed somebody else and fall apart.
He's looking into his eyes.
third. He brings his lips to his ear, and he'll kind of brush, and he runs his fingers up his back and then drags his nails down his back gently. We keep going.
He leans into his touch. Want to end the scene here?
That's up to you. I can keep going. I don't care.
We're gonna end the scene here.
Thank you, player, for having an affair. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Bye-bye.